Hello there, bonjour, and welcome back. It's Minimaxi, and today we're trying something a bit different. We are starting the Sherlock Holmes adventure on a game called Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. So, did already one case. There are 6 cases with multiple different endings. You can finish this and deduct a lot of different things, which is like why I think I'm gonna like this. You can go in lots of different directions. There's some wrong answers, but lots of right ones. So we're gonna start today with the first case, and I'm probably gonna do one case a day because it took me about 4 hours to solve this one. Okay, I was trying to understand the gameplay and all this, so maybe the second one will go faster. We'll see. But well, I hope you enjoy it. I will do so on Twitch live every day at around 7 or 8 p.m. French time, so up until midnight, and then 24 hours later I will publish like an edited version, of course not 4 hours, as short as I can, edited version of it on YouTube 24 hours after the Twitch live. All right, so let's go. Hope you enjoy it. I really enjoyed it myself. See you around. Yeah, I think I have everything I need. I have my coffee, connection is good. Let's go. Ready? I'm ready. Oh, I was like, did I pick the wrong language? Obviously. Lestrade, of course. Mrs. Hudson, taking the abuse from Sherlock. Mycroft, the brother. Wiggins. Let's have a look. This is gonna be a little tutorial at the beginning, right? Sherlock playing with guns, of course. Okay. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, what?
Holmes, will you stop that?
There's not much you can do. Let's go.
You are utterly mad.
You've never seen the game before? Well, there you go.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
That Miss Hudson, right?
Ah, Lestrade. What is
Oh,
it
we
this
can
time?
see how his mind works.
See me? Well,
Okay.
here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, that's Miss
Oh,
Hudson.
Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr.
The
Holmes.
Merry Man.
I
A
should
terrorist
have
group?
Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Press tab to open the casebook and check your current progress of the investigation task. Okay, tab. What a face. Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in... Okay, so that you have all the elements. Whale hunting in Scandinavia. Oh, that's it. Oh, so we don't have everything that he said. What is that? Task? Investigate the murder, inspect the crime scene, select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe, and join Lestrade at Woodman's Lee. Okay. Right, alright. What is that? We have a map as well. Ooh, London's map. Can we zoom in? Oh, we can fast travel as well. Alright. Cool stuff. Documents. Dialogues. Ah, so we okay. Great. We can go back to any dialogue. That's okay. So we can get back to any details. Cool. And it's by location. Trophies, I guess. Souvenir. Echoes. Don't know what that is. Carter portrait. Alright. Okay. Alright. That's fun. Ah, there it is. There's a chest. Can I? No. Wardrobe. There you go. Morning gown. Sailor outfit. Why sailor outfit? Unbuttoned suit. Casual suit. Black suit. Okay. Bandit. Farmer. Oh, cool. We can disguise. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we go... No, we don't go casual. We're gonna go black suit. Yeah? Do I have it now? Yes, I do. Makeup table? Also, I can put some disguise and shit. That's cool. Let's hope that's gonna become handy later on, hopefully. Does the game have controller support? I think so. I think so. But I like the keyboard and mouse for that. Well, I don't think there's gonna be lots of actions, you know, we shooting and aiming and shit. We'll see. So we go here, and we go here. I'm gonna take off my camera there.
I'm over here. Come on.
Just bothering. I think. You don't need to see my face, right? Okay, let's go. Can we talk to everybody? Apparently no. T. What's T? Concentrate your attention on finding details that others are inclined to overlook. Oh, so that's like a little help. All right. There will be highlighted stuff. Okay, fine. So if I get stuck, I'll use the highlighted stuff. Good to know. What is that?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Seems it was. Cinematic.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
I have choice of questions. Okay. Anything unusual that night? Where was the body found? Is there a garden? Okay, I want facts though.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and, oh dear.
Oh dear.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream, but I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Is the sound level okay? Or do I need to increase the... Do you hear the voices correctly? Loud enough?
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. We lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Increase game volume slightly? Okay, so I have to get out the game every time I do that. Alright. How is it now?
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his
Thanks,
cabin
Urisaku.
before passing out.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Alright. What is that? Do I look for clues on a face? Backward, forward? Oh. Okay. So wait, it's blue. So there's something here. Cameo. Okay. Alright. I see. So you just look for clues. Up. What's that? Birdhouse. Gloves. Is there a timer? I hear a clock. Carter portrait complete. Okay.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Oh, the stream
Yes.
title? Shit.
Life with Peter was never easy.
Okay, can you change
He
it,
was
please,
still my
Golisaku?
husband.
Sorry,
He
man.
was
Yeah,
different,
you're right. I
wasn't he,
forgot to change the
when
title.
you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind.
Shit, I missed what he said. What she said.
You
Okay,
have
wait.
indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs.
Let me
Carey.
play that again.
Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind.
What is that? What is that? Okay, let me do that again.
You have indeed suffered
I have a
great
little
loss,
timer to
Mrs.
click
Carey.
on A. Is that an extra
Nevertheless, I
clue?
believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy.
Thank you, Golisaku.
But he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Choose the evidence that confronts the statement of a character in order to continue the investigation. Pilgrimage.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Are you impressed?
Thank you, madam.
All right. So we're done with her.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Let's go then. Crime scene.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Yes. Do I have to press the T? Yeah. Oh, I have to wait.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Okay.
What a terrible way to die.
Wow. Impaled with like a huge lens or whatever it is. Okay, let's go. Let's do the room.
Tooth of a sperm whale. Probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
Sperm whale? I'm not gonna do the joke. I'm not. I'm bigger than this. Suspicious empty space?
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Okay.
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting. Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
And that's it. Well, I guess if you take me out, it means that's it. Find a use. How? No. Examine the body.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Yeah, so somebody really strong.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Yeah, okay, I got that already.
Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
What?
Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is
Oh, okay.
possible that he knew his murderer.
Okay.
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Ah. A knife. Rotate the object in any direction to examine it thoroughly.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body.
Yes. And I can only rotate left to right, that's all?
This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can. Why I couldn't do that with the knife then? PN, so that's him. Okay.
JHN are probably the initials of the
Oh no,
owner
it's
of the
not here. I thought it
stable.
was a P. Okay. GHN. Who is GHN? Okay. Nothing more here. I don't think I've missed anything. Claws, head, fishing hooks. Yeah. Okay, next. Ah, PC, now that's
The
his.
initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
Oh,
This aroma is familiar.
what is that?
But to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Rotate and move the elements to form a clear picture of aromatic association. Okay, so that's a boat. How do I... Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. I get it! So, I can see the boat here. And... It just doesn't do anything. Ah!
Yes.
My god.
This is a coarse tobacco.
I've done it.
Quite strong and very popular among sailors.
A coarse tobacco. So you said what? Examine the blood on the corner of the notebook. There's blood on the corner of the notebook. Okay, let's have a look.
The pattern
Well,
of the blood
well
stain
spotted.
indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
You're a detective, Goliseku. Okay. Check notebook again? Oh, come on. Okay, so I did the blood. Saru! Thanks for the host. Merci beaucoup, poto. Oh, come on. You must be kidding me. That's an option to open. Okay. This is going to be a long playthrough, guys.
These abbreviations mean something, but what? What's
B? Ah, Find a pair of related clues and they will form a deduction. Red color. No, they won't form a deduction. Wait. Hey, I didn't read. Help. Find a pair of related clues and they will form a deduction. Red color signifies an unachievable clue combination. Okay. Break-in attempts, notebook, gardener, pin to the wall. Okay, so let's go notebook plus break-in attempt. An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated. Okay, cool, fine. Let's go ambush.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've... All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey.
got
I assure you,
blood on
I
his
am
hand.
innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I
DHN.
didn't-
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but I... Yes, it's
Ah.
just that I couldn't...
But the notebook was dropped in the blood. That's
Off
to
we go
incriminate
the
him, I
yard.
guess.
Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not... It's a terrible mistake.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Interrogate suspect. Examine negative belonging. Okay, that's all of this. Why does the inspect the crime scene is not complete? Did I miss something? I guess I did.
Mr. Holmes?
These are the suspect's belongings.
So, the famous notebook. So I've inspected that already.
Book that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Okay, so that we found. That we didn't check yet.
Pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. A handkerchief with the initials JHN.
The ring, the one ring. There's something inside. From Air Dawson to my friend and partner, 1883. So that's the girlfriend or the wife. Friend and partner. Maybe not. Air Dawson, okay.
From R. Dawson. And partner, 1883. 1883.
Oh, so
To my friend, Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
your archive. Dialogue search archive. It's not him.
Mr. Holmes?
No. The other side. Interrogation room. There you go.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone.
Yeah, they all have the
It
same
has always
voice.
belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
Fair enough. So,
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh no, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan.
hey Toshi, il y a un bug dans la matrice, ouais.
The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, wait. What is it? Expensive fabric, okay. What was that? Tin neck. I'm missing two. Short sleeves. Ah. Merci de passer, Toshi. Nelligan kinda sucks. Kinda sus, sorry.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
Ciao, Toshi.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan.
Yep.
Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well,
What can I
will see you
say?
soon, young man.
I'm
Please let me
smart.
go. I'm innocent.
So now we have the ring. Search archive. What archives? Where do I find the archives, bro? And does that mean that I have to, when it's dialogue, it means I have to talk to somebody? Or it means I have to go find a clue in the dialogues that I already have. You know? I don't know. What's the B? We have some clues? Yes, we have some clues. Okay, so. Ladigan's notebook, pinned to the wall, swift actions. What? Peter Carey was armed with his knife, but he did not have time to use it. The murder acted quickly and instinctively. Break-in attempts. Okay, so let's go break-in attempts and notebook. The break-in attempt were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in the pool of victim blood. This proved the guilt of the person who made these attempts. Yeah. Yes and no. Because, again, Holmes observed that the book was pulled there afterwards, or he might have dropped it from his pocket as well after killing the guy. Fair enough. No? Now, we need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill and fully pierce the body. Well, you need skill and you need power. So we need to do an experiment. Okay.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Watson, no. That's not Watson. Yeah, it is. Let's go.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible, but if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before, on the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Alright, let's impale somebody then. Okay, I still haven't completed inspect the crime scene, so I need to get back there. I need to get the harpoon anyway. And I need to get the pig. So let's get the pig first.
I need to take a harpoon with me.
Ah, okay. Fine. Ah, one of the harpoons. There you go.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise.
Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test. Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as
There you go.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
Alors, feat of strength. It requires much greater strength than the average man to be able to pierce a man's chest with a harpoon all the way to the wall. A degree of skill would most likely be necessary. 2 men in cooperation might achieve the same result. Lucky throw. There is a remote possibility that an unskilled man untrained could manage to pin. Yeah, but with a lot of luck. Oh, so I picked, okay. So that's a 50. Oh, right. So the other one, there was only one possibility, but then there was more than one, and I need to pick one. And then with our choices there of deductions, then we can connect the deductions and then basically make the case. All right, fair enough. So if there's nothing in the cabin, there must be something up there. Ah. I didn't see that. Come on. Ah, there it is.
These boots don't match the footprints. These footprints appear to be quite large.
So I need to talk to someone about that. Oh, that's the evidence room. Something I missed.
These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Evidence required. So I need something to decipher this.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Yeah, I have nothing to analyze, right? Ah, that's the archive. Ha! Oh, I can go to... Okay. Dawson and Nelligan are bankrupt. There you go. Nelligan is the name of the kid. There you go. Regional banking institution based in Cornwall has declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and accordingly has been assigned for liquidation. Oh, little problem here. But what's the connection with the fisherman? It was the 23rd largest bank in Britain. Its bankruptcy was the second largest in record. Liquidation company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen aboard his yacht. Connection to the sea, preparing for departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted both by the police and the creditors. Okay, so that's the connection. So maybe the sailor was... Oh, wait. Because they said that the sailor was rich. Oh. And he's bankrupt. So there might be an attempt to get his money then. That makes sense.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Okay. There it
You've
is.
heard
Ah,
the
I'm an
story
idiot.
of
Okay.
Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress.
Mm-hmm. The ship's log. Ship's log was in there, right?
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
Okay.
This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for July. Nothing special.
Okay.
Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away.
Uh-huh. What is that? Canadian Pacific Railway.
Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign. Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
That's handy.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
Ah, boots.
These are the suspect's belongings. Liam
I know what to
Hurley's
do with those.
boots. They're a size 9.5.
Bigger than the other one, was size 8.
The stains are fresh, and they can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen, nothing unusual about it.
The breaking attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in the pool of victim blood. Nelligan was looking for his father's papers inside the Black Peter's cabin. It explained his presence at the scene of the murder. I like that one. Can we talk to him or do we use the boots? Let's see if we can talk to him. Oh, shit, he's not there. Hey, where is he? Oh, there he is.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
That's the other guy. So that's
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
the missing gardener.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Okay, so I can only examine his body. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Scar. Gardener hands. See, that's the gardener. Told you.
That's all for now.
What? It's all for now.
Not saying another word.
Huh.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belong to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man. These boots match the footprints exactly.
There you go. We need to speak to the old woman. Oh, that's the question I need to ask about the tobacco.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Okay.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
That's the one. Okay.
Does
That was the
name
dialogue that
Liam
was missing.
Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, madam.
Why are you lying to me? Yep. Aha. Dunnigan could have been caught stealing the bond certificate. This might have been a motive for him to murder. Nah. Dunnigan is a victim of circumstance. He does not fit the portrait of the murder either by physical or psychological description. I agree with that. The tobacco is gone because I asked the question to the lady, so I just have to find the right person. Yeah. Okay, to talk about this, that's what the... Yeah, okay. The piece of evidence is met in the dialogue and the boot in the dialogue, so I get both by talking to him. And now I'm going to do this. Let's go.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction.
Okay.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Mm-hmm.
I need to prepare. Done. Now I can proceed further.
Hallelujah. That was the one.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
I did as you asked and hit them well, but I beg you to reconsider. Remember our vows. I have done nothing dishonorable for which you me.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Ah. Okay.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
So I was correct
I don't remember.
until now.
What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee. Locked. Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam. Let's see what could be hidden here.
There it is.
Let us see what is in this box.
I see.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Liam D, you have been so good to me all the time. I've known you. I cannot describe this feeling, but I suppose that they are sinful and not good can come from them. I fear that might happen. I fear going against God. I thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I've been bound by God. It is his divine will, and as my husband is the cross that I must bear. It makes my life a living hell, but bruises fade, and you must not worry for me. Well, I guess we have a good motive there. He was screwing the wife. Anything else I could get from here? No? We talked to her, we talked to him, we talked to both.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
What he has done?
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fair enough. What else? Has been confirmed that there was floating. Okay. Could have. Yes, it does.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Oh, that's the list of the sailors. Pablo Conventrao died. Okay. Patins? What's that talks to me?
This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now.
Okay, what did I see?
This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch.
That's what it is.
Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
There you go. We're dressing up. I like the huge beard. Where is it? There it is.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch. Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
There you go.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again. Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
Yeah, that would fit with the harpooner. Still, it doesn't prove it. Well, he could have gone to the harpooner, who hates the guy. But why would he talk to a stranger about all this if he was guilty of killing him? Saying that he hated the guy, basically. There's something wrong here. Cold-blooded murderer has been found guilty of the murder of Peter Carey, must be punished. An armed and irrational drunk sailor? How do I draw conclusions like that? I cannot talk to anybody. Now, I cannot go to the tavern again. Yeah, I cannot talk to anybody. He was lying about being there. No, I would go on the gardener. Seriously. Aha. That I like a lot better. That I like a lot better. Yep. Let's go for that. Makes more sense. The one that makes the most sense to me.
The case is solved. I am now ready to present the guilty party.
So tell me, who killed Black Peter?
There are two culprits, Inspector, Nelligan and Hurtley.
What? Well, I would never have guessed, Mr. Holmes. They are a rotten pair, though.
It was a combination of two motives, culminating in one crime.
What were their motives?
The first was revenge. Black Peter possessed the bond certificates that had belonged to Nelligan's father, and young Nelligan wished to retrieve them.
And the second?
The second was a crime of passion. Liam Hurtley was in love with Black Peter's wife, and this caused a conflict between him and Carrie.
Well, well, well. Makes sense, Mr. Holmes.
I suggest that you organize a small confrontation between the two, just to confirm my accusations.
That's a good idea, Mr. Holmes. I'll talk to these fellows. Join me in the interrogation room.
All right, let's see if that works.
Gentlemen, we know everything about your association to kill Black Peter. Admit that you planned it together.
Our association? I don't even know this man.
You needed to kill Peter Carey. There had to be two of you there.
Ridiculous. I'm innocent.
All that remains is to determine the level of guilt. Which one of you is the initiator in this case?
But I just told you I've never seen this man before.
It's him. He's the culprit. He was forcing me. He threatened me. He's the mastermind behind it all.
Hmm.
Shut up. You're a lunatic.
Well, it all seems very clear, don't you think, Mr. Holmes?
Both are guilty, of course, but I believe that Hartley was the initiator of the crime.
It's ridiculous. Why would I need the help of this weakling?
Yo,
You wanted to be
Golisaku.
rid of the man who was
I think I
terrorizing
solved
his
it.
wife, and who prevented the two of you from being together. Young Nelligan was just following his lead.
You are wrong. I have nothing whatsoever to do with this.
You'll explain that to the judge.
The case is resolved, Inspector. I shall return to Baker Street.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye for now.
Okay. Clues found 16. Conclusion: two murderers. Earth initiator. Hold to check your conclusion. May spoil game experience. Accept decision. Let's go. Let's accept. You are about to finish the case. The save files for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Press yes if you agree with the choice you have made. You are ready to start a new chapter. Yes. Justice Seeker. Case statistics. People solved the case the same way, 5%. People made the same moral choice, 60%. Wow. Okay, so morally I'm on the same plane a lot of people, but only 5% solved the case the same way? Wow. So, very unusual way to solve it. Okay. Interesting. I like my conclusions, but I mean, there was one maybe better, but I don't know how to get there. Okay, that was interesting.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That's the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further...
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Guys, again, thank you so much. And for more Sherlock Holmes, that was pretty cool actually. I liked it. Yeah, I kind of like my conclusion, but there's always the part of me was like, I could have gone with something else or try to connect two other dots. But hey, we'll do that in the next case, okay? Or maybe at the end when I finish it all, maybe I'll revisit some. Guys, be good, take care, be safe, as usual. Bye-bye. Peace out.